Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, here to preview Week 7. Tennessee Titans hosting the Kansas City Chiefs off the heels of a hell of a victory against the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. Your boy was in attendance. If you didn't watch that live stream, go back and watch it. Very elated to have a great Tennessee Titans victory in that one. Let me make sure that I can be seen. Let me make sure that I can be heard. And I can. What is going on, those of you that are in the live chat? Let's adjust this look a little bit. Let's get it a little more straight over here. By the way, let me know if you guys would prefer to have the mic a little bit out of the camera. But if the closer it is, the more quality I think the audio is. So that's why I like to keep it a little close to the chest. But, if it bothers you, let me know. Tennessee Titans, Kansas City Chiefs. But before we get into that matchup, and what a matchup indeed, we have to discuss some headlines this week. Not great headlines this week. We had some injuries in that game against the Buffalo Bills. And, okay, I don't want to be too negative here. But you know me, I have to be a little honest at times. Caleb Farley, okay, torn ACL for him and Cameron Batson. Caleb Farley, okay, I'm biting my teeth, I'm biting my nails on this one. Now, I have 100% faith in the kid throughout what he's gone through in his life ordeals, him battling to even get to the NFL, him battling to even be able to play in Monday's game. The guy has great heart. I'm not denying his heart to be able to come back. But wow, for a 21, 22-year-old kid, the injuries keep piling up. And after a non-existent first-round pick last year in Isaiah Wilson, and I'm not comparing the two because one actually has a head on his shoulders. I'm not comparing the two. But you have to wonder, the doubt is starting to creep in. Man, do we have another one? Do we have another first-round pick we're not going to get anything out of? You have to wonder. Now, I think he's going to come back, and I think he's actually going to be a player for us. But I can't recall, and let me know if I'm wrong, a player that had this many injuries this early that ended up being really good. Now, Jalen Smith ended up being pretty good. But I don't think he had as many injuries as Caleb Farley's having. I mean, Jalen Smith, I think he tore his ACL before his rookie season, and he had some knee issues too. But we're talking knee here, we're talking back here. I mean, my knee, my back. I mean, where I'm going with that. I mean, come on, it's just too much. So we're gonna see there. Cameron Batson, it's unfortunate. Prayers out to both of them, obviously. Will he be missed? Not too much. But, obviously, Caleb Farley is the one that really hurts. Now, Taylor Lewan, the news with him is it's not anything too bad. I mean, a concussion's pretty bad. But it's a concussion. He'll live, we think. And he should be back relatively soon, but he will be out for this week. We're going to discuss that more when we get to the injury report. I did want to address this. Xavier Howard, cornerback for the Miami Dolphins. You're starting to hear, you're starting to see trade rumors circulating around him and his name. Here's the thing, people. First of all, I don't think it's going to happen. I think John Robinson realizes he's already put too much draft capital trading for Julio Jones. I don't think he's going to trade for Xavier Howard. That was his big move. He made his big move. I don't think he can make another one. But to me, more importantly, considering the fact that we got nothing from Isaiah Wilson, considering the fact Caleb Farley, we'll see, I want a legitimate first-round pick that we can build somewhat, maybe not build the franchise around, but I need another franchise cornerstone in the first round right now. We had Jeffrey Simmons. A.J. Brown was in the second round, but we don't have enough of those. We let go of Adoree. We let go of Corey Davis. We got nothing out of Isaiah Wilson. Caleb Farley, we'll see. How many first-round picks? You need to build your team around first-round picks, young guys that are going to stick around and be cornerstones for your franchise. We don't have enough of those guys right now. And that concerns me long-term. I know we're thinking short-term Super Bowl, but long-term we still need That franchise corner that we're not sure that we have, that franchise linebacker that Harold Landry appears to maybe be coming. We'll see about Bud Dupree, but we certainly don't have that at inside linebacker right now. I'd love another piece next to Jeffrey Simmons. We still need more cornerstone first-round picks that we're not getting right now. And that's concerning for me long term. When you look at how franchises deteriorate, it happens, and the Patriots are a perfect example of this. When you get nothing out of your first, second, third round picks over time. Brady was able to camouflage that over time, but now that Brady is gone, you're saying, oh, wait a minute. The Patriots haven't been drafting well, and now they're exposed. So you have to wonder, this is years down the road. But let's say, 3-4 years down the road, now Derrick Henry isn't king anymore. Okay, we look around, well, who else is going to lead the team? Oh, wait, we haven't been drafting well. And the drafts have been okay. Look, we all know we love Jeffrey Simmons, A.J. Brown, and whatnot. Fulton has been playing great, but now he's injured, but he's been playing great. So I'm not saying the drafts have been awful, but we need to get more of our first-round picks, or the league's going to catch up to us. We're not going to be the perennial playoff team for a decade. We're not going to be that if we're not getting more of our first-round picks. So although Xavier Howard's good, I want a young 21, 22-year-old that's going to come here and play for a decade. That's what we need. We need another one of those first-round pick. Especially since we traded for Julio Jones. That's what we need 100%. We let go of Jack Conklin. We're letting go, and we had to do it. We're letting go of too many of these players, and we're keeping Taylor Lewan, and Kevin Byard's been playing better, but we're keeping Taylor Lewan. We don't have enough good first-round picks, good franchise cornerstones right now, and that concerns me long-term, especially with this Ryan Tannehill contract. So we're going to have to take advantage of this pick. I don't want Xavier Howard. He's a good player. I don't want Xavier Howard. So with that said, now let's get into the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tennessee Titans. And let's look at the slideshow here of the pictures in practice. Not that fast. God, slow it down. And then let's also get into the injury report. Let's get into the injury report before we do the slideshow. So the injury report is interesting from our end. So let's start with Julio Jones, who has yet another hamstring injury. Shock there. He'll play, and hopefully he can perform well. I'm waiting for Julio Jones to pop off. Luckily, he's not been frustrated. He's having more patience than I thought he would. I'm very surprised and very impressed with the patience Julio Jones is having in this offense right now. And I think he's just really matured. I think he wants to win. I think he wants a ring. I think he wants to solidify himself. He's already a first ballot Hall of Famer. But as a winner in this league, so I think he's down for it. But, at this point, you have to wonder, is he going to break 1,200 yards? You have to start to wonder that. But I think we're going to get it going later on in the season when it comes to this passing game. But I think he'll play. Taylor Lewan will be out with a concussion. We discussed that briefly. Here's what I said, and I stick with it. I said this on Tuesday. We don't even see much of a drop-off or at all when Taylor Lewan is in the game versus when he isn't. Okay? So should I care? Honestly, should I really care that Taylor Lewan is out? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't think I do. Jeremy McNichols, he is questionable with an ankle injury. He's actually been playing better than Darrington Evans as a backup. I know that's unfortunate. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's true. And here's the thing. We all know he's King Henry. We all know he's a beast. No one's denying that. But, man, I think he's on pace, I heard, for over 450 carries this season. And look, man, I'm not wishing the devil on us. But, man, that is a dangerous game that we're playing. We got to get a backup running back. That's the one thing I want on this trade deadline that I don't know if we're going to find. I don't know if we're looking for. We got to get a backup running back to take some production, man. It's just too much. And I know we want to see him break all the records and be a beat. And look, I want that too. And I think he can do it with a backup running back, though. With a backup running back worth a damn. The load is just too much, man. God, it's too much. So hopefully McNichols can play because he's actually, he's actually one of the decent options that we have. But I want a better one than him. And then Chester Rogers, he will be out with a groin injury. So expect more production from Nick Westbrook-Ikini. And he's been playing fine, so I'm okay with that. We also have, is that Monty Rice? Monty Rice, yes, he will be out with a groin injury as well. Hasn't really done much on the field. I saw someone tweet today that Monty Rice should be a starter next year. I'm like, what are y'all basing that off of? Just because he exists? I mean, I don't know if he's done anything yet. I mean, I've seen a little bit, but not much. We need to get him on the field and see what he can do. Let's look at the Kansas City Chiefs side of things when it comes to the injury report. Not much really to discuss here. Michael Burton, Jody Fortson, who really cares? You know, Tyreek Hill's been battling this quad injury, but he's been really playing well despite that, so it doesn't really matter. Anthony Hitchens, he stinks anyway, so he's out. Who really cares? So not really much to discuss when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs and their injury report. But how about the Kansas City Chiefs as a football team? Do the Tennessee Titans have a shot in this football game? Will they be able to upset the Kansas City Chiefs? And it ain't even much of an upset, people, because last I checked, we have a better record than them. Last I checked, we've defeated them, but people will call it an upset anyway if we do. People, this is a big matchup right now. As you look around in the AFC, it is a mess. There is no number one team right now. Look, I know the Baltimore Ravens, okay, they're 5-1. I'm not buying it. Now, their comeback victory against the Chiefs was impressive, but okay, it was a comeback victory that they barely had. Their comeback victory against the Colts was impressive. Okay, but it was a comeback victory that they barely had. Lamar Jackson, they were dominant against the Chargers. I mean, now that was impressive. The defense played really well in that one. But we know Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. Okay, and we lost him in the playoffs, damn it, and we shouldn't have. We should have embarrassed him again, damn it. But we know Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. I'm not afraid of Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. I think the Ravens have more losses coming their way. I think they're going to drop one to the Steelers. I think they're going to drop one to the Browns. I think they might drop one to the Bengals, who have been a decent surprise to most, but not to me, as I had them 7-10 this season. And I told people they might even compete for the wild card spot, and that's what they're doing currently. So they have some losses coming their way. That home field advantage in the AFC. Now, I don't want to get us too far thinking here, because I mean, God knows we lost to the Jets a couple weeks ago, and I told you that might happen. But if we're able to get this win, get some momentum going, get the damn pass game going, you might see the Titans solidify themselves as premier in the AFC. And if we could somehow, some way in this terrible division that we could dominate and go 6-0, we could. I'm not saying we will, because I know this team. But I mean, wow, the possibilities, man, possibilities when it comes to this team if we're able to get it done. Let's discuss the tighten up keys to the game. Tighten up key number one, we have to soften the box just a little. They are going to bring so many in the box to stop Derrick Henry. That is going to be their job in this game. That is going to be their focus in this game. We have to soften the box by being able to, again, open up the passing game. Now, a lot of people were not happy because I was critical of Ryan Tannehill after Monday night's performance, and I said, and I meant this, yeah, I'm kind of done when it comes to like my thoughts in that he's the Super Bowl quarterback that we need. He might prove me wrong. We'll see. I still think it's possible that he will. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for me, yeah, I don't think he's ever going to be more than Matt Ryan or Kirk Cousins. I'm done with that. Like so, and you can win with Matt Ryan or Kirk Cousins if you have a great team. But I mean, how often does that happen? I mean, the last time Matt Ryan almost won, probably should have won. I mean, Joe Flacco won, but he's so clutch in the playoffs. Is Tannehill that? Eli Manning won, but he's so clutch in the playoffs. Is Tannehill that? He hasn't proven to be that, and until he does, I don't know if this is going to work. But we'll see. But the point is, I just want this passing game to open up. I mean, I just don't understand it. I'm going to say this every week. But like you people do watch other teams. Like I know, you're a Titans fan. I'm a Titans fan. We have 6 passing touchdowns on the season after 6 games. This is Marcus Mariota stuff. And y'all hated him for that. Okay, I mean, this is Marcus Mariota stuff. Now, he's able to use his legs, and that's cool. But I mean, I'm sure we're going to end up with more than 17 passing touchdowns on the season. But if we do, I mean, people, that is game managing. Good luck winning with that type of stuff. I mean, you're talking about Brady has like 17 right now. Mahomes has 16. I mean, we're like an elementary team playing right now when it comes to our passing game. We're not able to drop back and throw a slant, throw a corner, throw a comeback consistently. We can't do it. And I know we've had injuries when it comes to Chester Rogers, and Josh Reynolds hasn't been integrated in the offense enough. Thank God he wasn't our number 2 wide receiver. Remember when people were trying to convince you that he was the number 2 wide receiver? How did that discussion go? We need to get this passing game going, man. We need to. It is an absolute must, and I think in this game we're going to be able to do that more and more. Now, with that said, someone is calling me. Hopefully they don't call again because my phone's all the way over there. I don't want to get it. Hopefully we're able to do that again. Just soften them up. Get Ferkser involved. Ferkser might actually be. No, is Ferkser injured? I think he's healthy. Get Ferkser involved. Look at the tight ends more involved. We got to just move the ball consistently. Now, A.J. Brown also, he had some food poisoning last week, apparently. He apparently had bad Chipotle. And by the way, I think I know what Chipotle he's talking about because I literally live 5-minute walking from a Chipotle in downtown Nashville. I go there all the time. If he got food poisoning there, I ain't never going there again. But the food poisoning was so bad, it lasted for 3 days. And apparently he needed like an IV on game day, so he wasn't 100% himself on Monday night. So I think that also kind of limited us when it came to our passing game on Monday night. Okay, fine. You're going to need to throw the ball on the Chiefs. And they're going to let you. They're going to beg you to, and you're going to have success. They've had so many blown coverages this season. Look at me. Now I sound like Shannon Sharp. Taylor Henneke. I mean, this guy has the weakest arm in the league and one of the weakest arms I've ever seen. He underthrew tight end Ricky Seals-Jones on a touchdown last week. You haven't seen it? Go watch it. It was so underthrown, but the Chiefs, it was still a touchdown because the coverage was blown that bad. They're going to give you so many opportunities to beat them down the field. You got to be able to connect on those early. And Tannehill, I'll give him this. He does a great job on connecting on the deep ball. So let's throw it deep and let's see what happens. Over the middle of the field, sometimes he makes mistakes, but I've never really seen him throw an interception on the sideline. He doesn't really do that. Let's throw more of those. I don't understand why we don't do the most basic passing concepts in the NFL. Throw to the sideline, throw deep outs. I don't understand it. Throw deep goals. It's so obvious. But anyway, soften up the box, get the pass game going. Number 2, force turnovers. Okay, force turnovers. And this is something that is actually going to be easy against the Chiefs because they've been turning the ball over like crazy. I want to say they had 4 turnovers last week, at least 3. 2 Patrick Mahomes interceptions, and they had a fumble. Might have 2. And they've just been turning over the rock, allowing teams to be able to show up in these games. Thank you, David Kahn, for the super chat. I didn't know that was still on. I thought I was just playing around with features today, and that is still on. That's great. I'm going to turn that off because if I get too many super chats, that's going to get annoying. But thank you, David Kahn, for the super chat. I'll get to it in a moment. But forced turnovers, man. Mahomes has been doing way too much, just trying to throw the rock, trying to make every single play. If we're able to pressure him a little bit, he's going to be able to make some of these mistakes. And with Bud Dupree, hopefully he's healthy, with an improved Harold Landry right now, 6.5 sacks on the season after 6 games, on pace for maybe, and it's not going to happen, but a 20-sack season, it's not going to happen. I don't know. Maybe he's finally breaking out. If he does, wow, that would be a number. But I'd say he should get at least 12 this year, which is very good for him, and I'll take that every single day of the week, maybe even 15, but we'll see about that. So let's force some turnovers, get some pressure, get after Mahomes. Right now, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is injured. They have Darrell Williams in there. He's not a great running back. Punts that rock out of there. Tyreek Hill's been lazy. He's been not focused. I don't know what's going on with Tyreek Hill. Punt the ball out of his arms a little bit. Even Travis Kelce almost had a fumble last week. So get after the quarterback, force some turnovers, and you're going to be surprised what happens in this game. And then finally, point number 3, let the king take us out. All right, let him do his final song. Let him lead us out. Let him end the program. Let the fat lady sing. Okay, he's not a fat lady, but let it sing. I mean, let him take us home, dog. I want to lead in this game. I want a 10-point lead, 2-possession lead in this game in the 4th quarter, and let Derrick Henry just lead us home. And then boom, now they're expecting Henry play action, throw it down the field for Julio Jones, touchdown, 17-point win. I think we could even do something like that in this game People, I'm very confident in the Tennessee Titans in this game. And you all know me, I'm not the most bullish guy, and sometimes I am, but not all the time. And I will tell you this, we're going to lose one of the next two games, most likely. I hope it's not against the Colts. I really hope it's not against the Colts because I really want to go 6-0 in this division. But again, I know this team. And the Colts are very desperate right now. And then after we have that Sunday night showdown against the Rams. And if we're coming off of wins against the Bills and the Chiefs at the Colts, and then Sunday night, now that would be our Super Bowl measuring stick. Because I had the Rams winning the Super Bowl before the season. I still have it now. I'm not going to back off of it. I have my doubts because, wow, the Cardinals are absolutely dominant. I mean, it is ridiculous. And by the way, that week 1 loss to the Cardinals, it looks, I won't say it looks good, but now it looks more acceptable considering the fact that they're blowing everyone out. No one is really competing with the Cardinals right now. So that loss is looking fine with me. The Jets won, absolutely not. But I know this team. That's what we do. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what we do. My prediction for this game. I got the Tennessee Titans getting it done 38-33. Kind of a weird score, but that's what I have. And I feel pretty confident in this one, man. Now, the thing is with the Chiefs, they're desperate on the opposite end. But even in their desperation, I'm telling you, they were not that impressive against the Washington football team last week. Now, the Washington football team, they're in a very precarious or odd position right now when it comes to their football team. They're a defensive football team, but they're not playing good defense at all. They have blown coverages. But, that game, the Washington football team was up after halftime. The Chiefs were giving up so many opportunities. Their offense has been inconsistent. Their defense stinks. They gave Heineke so many opportunities last week to, honestly, at least make the game competitive, if not win it, but he couldn't take advantage, and the whole offense couldn't take advantage. They had no run game. They did not play well. And then the week before against the Bills, they had almost no chance. The Bills absolutely dominated that entire game. And look what we just did to the Bills at home on Monday Night Football. And I think although that was a big win for us and a win that we needed, I don't think we were that emotionally drained from it. I think we were happy we got the win. I think we were very encouraged with the win, but I don't think we're tooting our own horn right now. I don't think we're being super confident right now. And I think that is due in large part to the loss against the Jets. I think because of that kind of, made us focus in and realize that, we're not totally buttoned up yet. With all the injuries that we're facing, we still kind of feel as if we're battling uphill. So I don't think we're going to be sleeping for this matchup at all. Next week we could be, but that's a divisional game. So we're going to, cross that bridge when we get there. But I like this team's mentality heading into this game. I think we're going to take the Chiefs very seriously, and I think we're going to upset. And with that said, I'm still high on the Chiefs. I think they're only going to lose one more game this season outside of us. Not sure who it's going to be to. They could go and run the board. I wouldn't be shocked. But I think this is one more game that they're going to have to lose because they've lost again. Lost to the Chargers, lost to the Bills, beat the Browns, but in a comeback fashion. Remember that. They didn't play very well against the Browns in the first half at all. And who else did they lose to? The Chargers? Did they lose to the Raiders? I can't remember the other team they lost to. But again, did not play well against Washington. Played pretty well against the Eagles, but they're the damned Eagles. So I'm not impressed with the Chiefs right now. I'm more impressed with us. I think we're a better football team right now than the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is what I tried to warn people. And I don't know why people are morons. Well, because people are morons. Human beings are just idiots. After Mahomes won that Super Bowl, the Chiefs, they're just going to be this 10-year dynasty. They're just going to be unstoppable. If the NFL were that easy, why does Peyton Manning only have 2 rings and his second ring he didn't even get? The defense got it. Why has Aaron Rodgers only been to 1 Super Bowl? Because even if you have that great quarterback will eventually take up so much money to where your defense is going to stink. It happens again and again and again and again. We've seen it throughout history. The only exception was Tom Brady. But Drew Brees went to 1 Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers went to 1 Super Bowl. Peyton Manning went to 3. Am I missing one? Yeah, he went to 3 Super Bowls. And that was it. And Mahomes will be back, eventually. But it's time for the Chiefs to sit down. And it's time for us to tighten up. Oh, that was good. I'm going to write that one down. So with that said, now let me get to David Kahn's super chat. And then I'll get to some comments. I'm going to have to figure out a method for me to, I know Louis T has like a hashtag Louis T Live that he does for the comments whenever he's trying to read them. I'm going to have to do something like that. I don't want to completely take what he does, but I'm going to have to do something like that. All right, so David Kahn says, how about them Raiders? They'll beat the Chiefs for us. Well, the Raiders, look, I'll tell you this. Now that they got Gruden out of there, they looked a lot better in their matchup last week. Derek Carr is playing so well. And speaking of this, again, is Tannehill better than Carr? Guys, we need to start asking these questions. I'm sorry, but we got to start asking. Carr was he was never really on the trading block, but there were discussions. Maybe we should have discussions. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, the Raiders are playing a lot better. We're going to see how sustainable that is. But Derek Carr, right now he's having an MVP-ish season, but there are so many candidates right now. I'm not sure if he'll ultimately win. I think the Chiefs would have to win at least 12 games for him to win it. But he's right back to MVP form, right back to MVP form. We'll see if this new coach is able to continue to contain the locker room. But I think they're so elated to get John Gruden out of there. And by the way, on the John Gruden thing, I do want to discuss that briefly. Watch as I get fired today. No, I'm not going to say anything too crazy. Here's the thing. Why is it, okay, and I'm a black man, so I have a good perspective on this, I think. Okay, why is everyone so surprised that John Gruden, who is notorious for having some of the most brutal mic-ups in really world history, but at least NFL history, the guy that literally curses his players out and treats them like garbage on the football field. He's notorious for this. We love it. It's entertaining. Why is it shocking that he's talking trash in emails? Like, you're really surprised that John Gruden said the homophobic F word in 2011? I'm not shocked at all. Now, should he have been fired or he actually tell you resigned? Yes, because you can't be the head, and this is the rule. I don't care because, look, I've said things, especially 2011. My God, I was, 14 years old? Oh, God, if you could get my transcript from middle school. Yeah, I've said some things in my life, and I've even, made fun of some of my friends for, physical features like that back in the day when I was less mature. The problem with Gruden is, dude, you were 40. And you're the head of an NFL franchise. There are some people that, so I'm sorry, in order to have your position, you have to be a saint. I'm sorry. It comes with the job. If you're a CEO, if you're a head coach, if you are a doctor, if you are a lawyer, you have to be a saint. And if you don't want to be a saint, then, or saint-like, not a total saint. I don't need you to actually be a saint. But I'm talking about you can't say things that you want to say. You can't wild out. You can't, go out and get drunk. You can't do it. If that's the job that you want, you just can't do it. It's part of the job. It's not in the description, but it's part of the job. President of the United States, although Trump is, he kind of disproved that one. Urban Meyer, do I really care personally that Urban Meyer was doing at a bar and a girl was dancing on him? No, that's what 90, how many percent of men have done that? So let's be honest for a second. But can you do that while you're the head coach after your team has lost? Nope, can't do that in that position. If you want to do that, then you can't be in that position, quit the position. There are some positions where there are things you can't do. Okay, some positions you can do whatever you want. If you're a content creator, you can pretty much do, nothing too bad, but you kind of can do whatever you want. Logan Paul does whatever he wants. No one cares because he's Logan Paul, right? But when you're an NFL head coach, you can't say, he has the lips of Michelin tires and lead a black locker room. Yeah, you can't do that because now I'm looking at my head coach saying, man, what's he talking about me? So, that's just the way that it works, people, and it's just that simple to me. We have another super chat that came through. CWGG says, do you think Tannehill is a top 13 quarterback? Okay, let's do this real quick. I'm going to have to probably make a whole video about this. I mean, this is so controversial. I don't know why this is so controversial. I think it's because, yeah, he kind of saved our team from the dumps. I will admit that. And, and we needed it and we got it and it's great. I will tell you right now, the quarterbacks I will take over Matt Ryan will count if I get to 13 on Matt Ryan. See, I can't even tell the difference between them. And this is in no particular order. It's order-ish, but don't hold me to that particular order. Okay, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Brady, Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen. I'm taking Stafford. Some of you will disagree with that. That's fine. Dak Prescott, he's playing fantastic right now. This is where it becomes the dicey range, right? I'm personally taking, now the Joe Burrow thing, I'm not totally sold on Burrow. Forgot Herbert. I'm taking Carr. He's playing fantastic right now. We're at 10. And I think, Lamar Jackson, we're at 11. And then you got like Matt Ryan-ish. You got Kirk Cousins. You got Joe Burrow. Probably Joe Burrow, y'all would take over all of them. I'm not totally sold on Burrow yet. Not totally sold. It's not bad. I'm just not totally sold on him yet. He's right in that range. Baker's also in that range. They're all above Garoppolo, by the way. They're all better than Garoppolo, everyone I just mentioned. Wentz is not bad, but he's better than Wentz. I'll say he's better than Wentz the way he's been playing under pressure now. But, I mean, he's like 13, 14-ish. I'll give him that. 12 to 14-ish. It's fine. Is it good enough? Or what type of team do we need to build around him in order for it to be good enough? Now, none of these people are on the block, except for Matthew Stafford. We had a chance. We didn't even try to go after him. So, we can say whatever we want about that. But that's just my thoughts. And I'm not trying to beat a dead horse on this. I don't really care. We'll figure out what happens. It's not crucial right now. Let's see what happens in the playoffs. But I'm telling you, if we lose in the playoffs and Tannehill did not play well, for me, that's it. I'm out. And I'm still going to support him and the team, but just as will he win us the Super Bowl, I'll be out. I'll be out at 33 people. I'll be out. I'll be over it. I'll be over it at that point. I'm already kind of over it. I'm already pretty over it. But, I mean, that's just going to be it. So that's just me there. Okay. Anything else? Anything else that should be discussed from the comments? Not at this time. So as you guys saw, I'm playing around with the Super Chat feature. Also, I'm going to come out with like a new show. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want it to be, what the format's going to be. But it's going to be, and I'm trying to come up with a schedule in my life that I can do this and not literally go crazy. But it's going to be let's say Monday night before the Monday Night Football game, or Tuesday nights, and Wednesdays, or something like that, where I just discuss NFL, NBA topics, Tennessee Titans stuff, and then I'll cut up the clips and post them on the channel too, and they do something like that. That's gonna be the next improvement for this channel, because I'm starting to have that vision again. I'm starting to see the vision again. I lost it for a little bit. Nothing for a particular reason. I think I was just kind of burned out. I mean, I have been doing this for 10 years, and I just became more interested in other things in life. But man, I've been getting more into this NFL season. I've been falling in love again. And I'm like, man, I got some ideas brewing. The ideas start brewing and cooking. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So I'm going to try to figure out, because I'm trying to take an analytical approach here. Trying to be a little more innovative, creative, something that will get me more motivated to do it, because it just kind of got stale. But if I can really invigorate, come up with some good ideas for some new shows, some new content, I think we could do some interesting things. So expect some more live stream, expect some more content moving forward. But this Sunday, tomorrow specifically, expect for the Tennessee Titans to get it done and for me to be live right after to discuss what happens. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the Tennessee Titans versus Kansas City Chiefs. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.